What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be checking out the Shepard Fairey Damaged experience on the HTC Vive. We actually tried this today at school with some of the BTEC 6th form students and it was just unbelievable. So I wanted to come home and try it for myself. I've got my Shepard Fairey t-shirt on, so let's check it out. So here we are inside Damaged from Shepard Fairey. It's a little bit late, so I haven't actually got the ability to set up room scale right now, so instead I'm doing it as a seated experience. It is a room scale experience, so I could use this in a wider space if I had it available. But I know that I can use teleportation, locomotion to move around. Now, the detail in this is remarkable. I commented on this earlier on when we were looking at it with the students at the school, and down to the reflections on the marble floors, and as you get closer you'll see the reflections on the covers on some of these prints on the wall. It just adds to the immersion. It adds to the sense that you're actually in this space. So let's move around and take a little look. So as you can see, it's got a teleportation system which allows me to point to a location, click the trigger, and then smoothly zoom across. And I can highlight different works of art, like this one.
The Fossil Factory canvas is an illustration I made based on what was formerly a factory in Paris, in the 13th district of Paris, that I stumbled upon, which is now a university. I love great architectural art. I've always been a fan of what Ed Ruscha has done with art. The Church of Consumption canvas is about our obsession with material things, capitalism, money, everything.
You can see it's actually quite easy to switch between the different canvases. I can just click on them and I get to listen to Shepard Fairey's actual narration, which is coming up in text form as well, attached to the right controller. I can then minimize that if I just want to listen to it and continue to look at the particular piece, or I can just close it and move on. So let's have a little look over at this one.
The largest piece in the Damaged show is the Wrong Path mural, which is a 15 by 30 foot mural comprised of 12 different canvases put together seam to seam. And I created that with 12 different canvases because I wanted to make sure that if I couldn't place the entire mural with one collector, that it could be broken up into several different individual compositions that would be appealing.
Okay, I'm not going to play all of the commentary from each piece because obviously it would take far too long. I just want to give everybody who's watching a sense of the experience, and there's a couple of particular details that I want to make sure I get time to show you, which are these ones over here. So first of all, let's just head down this way. The Damaged Times.
One of the great things about creating all the fake ads for the Damaged Times was that it allowed me to create all these images that could then be collaged in fine art pieces. I usually am collaging real ads because there are plenty of real ads that are absolutely absurd and reinforce different principles about our culture of mass consumption and obsession with material things, you know, from things that are serious to very silly. But it was even more useful to create these ads where I could have ads that made raw material for collage that were already coming from my editorial viewpoint.
So you can see there's actually a whole other wing through here with a wide range of pieces collated into different sets with different themes. Shepard Fairey is obviously most well known for two images. One, the Andre the Giant Obey print, which you can see on my t-shirt, and then obviously the Obama campaign piece, which he created, which has kind of become synonymous with him. And you can see that same style in a lot of his work. Got some 3D pieces in the middle.
The No Future piece in Damaged is an iteration of an image I created right after Trump was elected. I was very frustrated by what seemed to be a move towards all these angry ideas about division and exclusion. So I wanted to make a piece that was really an indictment of that mentality and the kind of person that would cling to conservative ideas that I think have no place in a progressive America. In the Damaged show, I wanted to present a show that was gallery quality, but also referencing my history as a street artist, and in fact, creating almost a blurred line between street and gallery. And as a populist and someone that believes that art should be democratized, I've always put my work up outside where people live their lives so they don't have to come into a gallery or museum space, which is often intimidating. So when I looked at the warehouse space that housed the Damaged show, I saw an opportunity to install a billboard inside the space. I have taken over blank billboards all over the world throughout my career. You know, when a billboard doesn't have an ad on it, it's a perfect opportunity to install a piece of art. So that's been a big part of my practice for, you know, almost the entirety of my career since 1990. I was able to source a junk billboard that's about 10.5 feet by 22.5 feet. And initially I was planning on creating a more elaborate piece of art for that billboard, but the old paper on the billboard was layered in such a beautiful way that I decided to go more minimal with it.
And then finally you've got this area over here with the piles and piles of Manifest Destiny newspapers stacked up around an actual printing press.
Once I had the idea to create the Damaged Times newspaper for the Damaged show, it only made sense for me to try to include some printing component. My idea with the printing press that's in the Damaged show initially was to have a newspaper printing press there, but that style of press prints...
So there you have it, Shepard Fairey Damaged, one of the best examples I've yet seen of a virtual art gallery experience. Huge, huge collection, personalized by the creator himself, an amazing use of virtual reality as a medium for the modern day artists. Definitely worth checking out, and I can't wait to see what Shepard Fairey does with the art form next.